Lucent Truth, episode 3.
What's up, everyone? Back to the Lucent Truth, and we are the Lucent Truth, starting with Johnny Mozzarella, Arsenal Beats, Carbon X, JayRock, DJ Dave Darko, and of course, B-Mac Deluxe, Brian the Great One, G-Flux.
In the building.
In the building? Hey, I'm supposed to have the Thor hat.
You know how old that nickname is, Brian the Great One?
Yeah,
we were like,
it goes back.
Yeah, we were like super little kids when you were calling yourself that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Brian the Great One. I couldn't figure out anything that rhymed with Brian.
Right.
Lion.
So the rules are, guys, that whoever holds the power of Thor gets to speak. So when we start talking over each other, whoever has the power of Thor gets to talk. And right now, I got the goddamn hammer. All right, so we're going to begin with the subject. The subject is, we're going to do a versus today. It's Batman versus Riddick, or the Batman versus the Riddick. And first, we're just going to go basically over their abilities. So, I'm going to read a little bit. I'm not going to read all this. I'm not going to read all this. I'm not going to read all this.
Oh,
okay, I see that thread on there.
This is I'm not
going to read all this.
You have to read the whole thing.
I took this
Straight from the thesaurus.
I took this from Wikipedia because I was too lazy to write my own. So, beginning with Batman, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with Batman because most people know who Batman is, what his abilities are. And as you know, his secret identity is Bruce Wayne. He's a billionaire, which is one of his superpowers. But his skills and training is Batman. I know. You haven't
I'll
been
tell you what, he couldn't do all the stuff he did without it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess he would be like that. Well, no, because Daredevil has super abilities.
Yeah. He's a lawyer. He got a little bit of money.
He got money. Remember, he does most of his stuff pro bono. Though.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but he actually does have help though.
He's a poor Batman.
Yeah, but I mean, at least he has some type of
Yeah, he has some.
that are kind of
I think the
Help him
chemical, whatever that affect him gives him enhanced reflexes or something like that too.
Yeah.
his own scientific knowledge.
Beginning with Batman, skills and training. Batman has no inherent superpowers. He relies on his own scientific knowledge, detective skills, and athletic prowess. Batman's inexhaustible wealth gives him access to advanced technologies, and as a proficient scientist, he is able to use and modify these technologies to his advantage. In the stories, Batman is regarded as one of the world's greatest detectives, if not the world's greatest crime solver. Batman has been repeatedly described as having a genius-level intellect, being one of the greatest martial artists in the DC universe, and having peak human physical and mental conditioning. As a polymath, his knowledge and expertise in countless disciplines is nearly unparalleled by any other character in the DC universe. He has shown prowess in assorted fields such as mathematics, biology, physics, chemistry, and several levels of engineering. He has traveled the world acquiring the skills needed to aid him in endeavors as Batman. In the Superman Doom story arc, Superman considers Batman to be one of the most brilliant minds on the planet. We all know about his martial arts abilities. He knows just about every martial arts. Some people think that's an advantage. I don't necessarily think that's an advantage. Because some martial arts are bullshit, like Taekwondo. And that's one of the things that's listed Taekwondo.
Well, it's about how you put all those different techniques together. So, like, I can see how all of them can
That's true, but, like, let's be honest. In most cases, if you're doing trying to do some high flying spinning kick, you're going to get your ass whipped. Matter of fact, there's a comic where Batman tries to do, like, a flying kick on Deathstroke, the Terminator. And then Terminator's like, that's always been one of your weaknesses. He just throws him out the air. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but that's like one aspect of one. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure every technique has some things that's not practical, but that's like the whole point of knowing all of them. You just take the parts that are practical.
I mean, I give you that, but let's all be honest, okay? The audience, John is a battlefiile. Okay. He loves Batman. Yeah.
That's what
But what I said though.
All I'm saying is that Taekwondo is a bullshit martial artist. And I know people who do Taekwondo are going to disagree with me, but it's been shown those Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys Those Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys have shown the weakness in traditional martial arts. Okay, now so they have listed here, so they've updated Batman's skill set. Batman knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I have to give him that. You know what I'm saying? But like capoeira, you know what I'm saying? Fencing, that I can see that would come in handy if you ever, using some kind of sword.
Rich, so fencing kind of.
And then there's some things you can take from fencing.
That's what I'm saying. Not only that, but with fencing, like your hand-eye coordination,
exactly.
your reaction.
I had to.
So there's certain. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You take certain things from different.
Jeet Kune Do,
It's funny how they have Jeet Kune Do up there, and they also have Wing Chun. Because isn't Jeet Kune Do just a higher form? Or no, I guess Jeet Kune Do is it's a combination of all of them.
Yeah, Wing Chun is bullshit. Tai Chi bullshit.
Wing Chun.
Wing Chun. I'm saying Wing Chun in a very practical sense.
Batman's used Wing Chun before.
Like if I gotta fight somebody in the closet, I'm
What
gonna use my Wing
was
Chun.
the Metal Gear Solid, the close quarter combat? That's Wing Chun, man. CQC.
No, CQC, that's a little different.
That's Wing Chun.
That's where he took it from. Wing Chun.
Yeah, that's where he got it from.
But Wing Chun is garbage. Let's be honest. No, it is. No,
Okay, so everyone watching that does Wing Chun, you have a challenger.
I'm gonna whip your ass, dude. I'm gonna whip your ass. If you bring some Wing Chun to me, I'm just gonna take my gun out and shoot you. This is America. America.
You see where he has to go to the gun.
You goddamn right.
He didn't say he was going to take his fist.
I will shoot you. You pull that bullshit if you want to.
There's the admission of fear. That's how we know he is afraid of Wing Chun.
Yeah, cancel him.
No, I'm just about staying alive and winning.
Not us. Cancel him.
Just like Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah. That was probably one of the best parts of that movie.
You want that bullshit if you want to. But anyway, everyone knows about his. He knows all the different martial arts and stuff like that. And one of the things that should be mentioned that has written here is that given enough prep time, Batman can beat almost anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like it says right here. It says Superman describes Batman as the most dangerous man on Earth, able to defeat an entire team of superpowered extraterrestrials by himself in order to rescue his imprisoned teammates in Grant Morrison's first storyline in JLA. Now, I also I'm not going to mention all this, but one thing I did want to mention is I wanted to read this paragraph. It says, Batman is strongly disciplined and he has the ability to function under great physical pain and resist most forms of telepathy and mind control. He's a master of disguise, multilingual, and an expert in espionage, often gathering information under the identity of a notorious gangster named Matches Malone.
Damn, sounds like me.
Batman is highly skilled in stealth movement and escapology, which allows him to appear and disappear at will and to break free of nearly inescapable death traps with little to no harm. Now, I wanted to mention that.
Art of the ninja.
I wanted to mention that because is very similar to his opponent.
I know.
He's about to face off again.
But I have something.
Except in the first movie.
I have something for you. I'll say that.
It says, I just wanted to see if there's anything. Oh yeah, he's a life
technology.
The technology we all know. He has the batarangs and all the different vehicles and armor and stuff like that.
All the stuff he has. You mentioned the batarang.
Well, the batarang is a projectile. It's something that will come in handy.
And it's probably the most iconic.
Yeah, it's iconic, and then he has different types of batarangs that you know what I'm saying, that could
If you got a video game, you know that.
But yeah, I think that's worth mentioning. But also, I think also
like you can spin it, you can control it at the same time.
Man, he's got all types of sound.
He has a big explosion.
One at a time. What were you saying?
Oh man, every time you pick that up, my knee gets scared.
JayRock.
I would say Batman has
face the camera.
Batman has a whole bunch of different batarangs. Is what I was saying. Like he has the remote control one, and if you play the Batman the Arkham game, then you know that he has like the remote control one where you throw it and you can the screen pops up and you can control it to where you want it to go. He has the one you blow up. He has the one where it comes back, or he can hit somebody and it'll come back to him, like batarang. And then he has one where it has a string on it and he throws it. And then he can like pull the person to him.
He's like Scorpion.
Basically,
Over here.
All right, pass the power. Go to Caleb. Caleb, you want to say anything about Batman?
I don't have much to say.
You have nothing to say.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, all right. Does anybody want to say anything else before I move to the Riddick?
I know you go ahead and move to Riddick.
Okay, so we're gonna. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Riddick sucks.
Oh wow.
You have anything to say about Batman?
Yeah, I know. I was pretty sure.
Batman would kick Riddick's ass.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Riddick next. All right, so I'm not gonna read all this. I'm just gonna cover some of it
Thank God.
briefly. Now I think
10 paragraphs for him.
Read all of it, Brian.
first thing I want to mention about Riddick, I think, is his one of the most defining characteristics, and that's his eye shine. He can see in the dark. So, due to eye shine, Riddick's eyes developed a night vision-like quality, allowing him to see and detect things in pitch blackness or pitch darkness. A drawback to these eyes is his high sensitivity towards light, unable to properly see through too much of it. All right, now, one thing we do have to mention about Riddick is that some of his abilities, at least that was shown in the second movie, kind of borders on the supernatural. They aren't quite explained yet, but we'll read a little bit about it here. It's called Wrath of the Furies. Aside from helping Riddick unlock his eye shine, the character, I think her name is Shira, also either allows or helps Riddick discover his ability to unleash a sort of energy wave. It is shown in the director's cut of the Chronicles of Riddick after she lays her hand on Riddick's chest, leaving a glowing blue handprint. It says, "This mark carries the anger of an entire race, but is going to hurt." After either receiving a shot from Vako's energy handgun or a fraction of a second before the discharge of a said weapon, she immediately emits a large blast of blue energy from Riddick. And I think he also does this in the game Escape from Butcher's Bay. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about Riddick's physical abilities, and the reason why I want to is because they are actually kind of similar to Batman's. And also, I should mention that this supernatural ability is rare. Doesn't seem like he's able to control it. So I don't think it's something that he could really use against Batman. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to mention it because it is something that I guess he's capable of doing. All right, it says, aside from his supernatural skills, Riddick is in superlative physical condition, is an exceptional fighter with or without the use of his eyes. Whether as a result of his Furian heritage or simply training, Riddick is stronger, faster, more agile, tougher, more resistant to damage and injury. A very noteworthy statement to his durability is shown in Riddick, where, upon confronting a mud demon, it uses its tail to knock him headfirst into a nearby rock, and he walked away with no visible injuries, no signs of concussion, though he did briefly growl in annoyance. Possesses more acute senses, immense stamina, and superior healing when compared to most humans. He is shown no more than one occasion dislocating his limbs for brief moments with only slight signs of discomfort. Although he was in more obvious pain when his leg was broken in a fall, and he had to use a heated rock to cauterize a wound when he was impaled in the chest by a creature's sharpened tooth. In general, Riddick possesses an abnormally high threshold of pain and psychologically channels what pain he does feel into anger. His ability to cope with toxins is also heightened. When the Merc team was attempting to take him out with horse tranquilizers, it took 4 darts just to make Riddick stop running, and he still remained unconscious until he was hit in the head. And we're going to read a little bit about his hand-to-hand abilities, just to compare it with Batman's. It says, Riddick's abilities at hand-to-hand combat is a mix of Krav Maga, Hakido? How do you pronounce that?
Hakido.
I don't know what that is. HPKIDO. I'll put some visuals on the screen, audience. What is this? Eskrima? Is that the thing you guys were just talking about? And ninjutsu. He uses his formidable fighting skills while confronting one of the night creatures of pitch black with only his bare hands and the shiv he made, killing it with relative ease, as well as defeating the Lord of Martial's best necromonger warriors in a matter of seconds in Chronicles. Also, he was able to hold off the Lord Martial and even injure him, with the Lord Martial admitted hadn't happened in a long time. Where Riddick was no match for him in speed, he was able to hold off the Lord Martial for several minutes. A very tactical and methodical man, Riddick is shown to able to quickly adapt to seemingly any situation or environment, able to forge tools from his surroundings, perform minor medical care to himself, including usage of hot rocks to cauterize serious injuries, forage for food, and ultimately even survive alone and isolated on a barren planet. Intelligence. Despite his harsh upbringing and violent attitude, Riddick has been shown to have certain knack for deductive reasoning. And I wanted to read that because, again, Batman is known for his incredible deductive reasoning. I think these characters are very similar. That's why I wanted to do this versus. Rapidly deducing what happened to the original inhabitants of Lion Base where he and the others crash, survives, and have been staying. I won't read everything he's done, but just know he has some very good deductive reasonings. And the last one I'm going to read is the first paragraph of his willpower. One major characteristic of Riddick is his indomitable will, also very similar to Batman. That's why they said if Batman ever gets the Green Lantern ring, which is based on your will, he'd be almost unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? Despite finding himself in situations where the odds of survival and or escape would seem insurmountable, Riddick always pushes forward and never gives up. Faced with several creatures far more powerful than himself, or any human for that matter, he has shown himself to be capable of evading, killing, or even taming them. He has escaped out of prisons when most prisoners would resign themselves to captivity. And that's the last thing we're going to say about Riddick. All right, guys, next we're going to set up the fight. I have certain conditions to kind of try to make it somewhat fair and equal. Like, okay, Batman's not going to have just unlimited prep time. Okay, he doesn't get that. Sorry. He has some prep time, but he's not going to have unlimited prep time.
But see, that is the essence of Batman. When you think he doesn't have unlimited time, he actually does have unlimited time.
He makes it.
But do you think that though that's just a lot of plot armor?
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I want to make it so okay. Look,
I'm being quite facetious, but no, yeah.
Somewhat equal. You know what I'm saying? Because they both have very good deductive reasonings. Abilities, so I want to make it so that they have a little bit of time. But let's go to it. Let's go to the setup. So next setup. Oh, actually, next is a video.
Oh, that was like one of the best episodes ever.
Yeah. Where's my setup?
When Batman beats Superman
here we go.
for the first time.
All right. So here's the setup. Each character has 10 minutes to observe the other battle or the other in battle. So they get to observe their opponent in battle for 10 minutes, right? Unnoticed before the fight, and their fight starts 10 minutes after they've both had a chance to view each other. Each character has all their weapons and equipment. Each character is in prime physical condition. The location of the fight is in a dark, abandoned warehouse, and no special versions of a character, like, okay, no Green Lantern Batman.
Right.
So that's the setup. So next, I want to show some. This actually should have came last. I was actually right. I wanted to show the videos first, so we'll figure that out in editing. So I guess next I'll show these videos first. The first video I want to show, I'm not going to show as many Batman stuff because I think everyone knows a lot about Batman, but there's one particular video I wanted to show of Batman that shows how much of a badass he is, and it's from the animated series that came out in the 90s?
90s, yeah.
90s. And
Fair use.
Yeah, fair use, and it persisted, I think, in the early 2000s with the Justice League episodes. It was a continuation of the Batman series and the Superman series from the 90s.
I think this was actually before the Justice League even came out.
Yeah, so I'm saying those continued.
Oh, gotcha.
Those continued it. So this is Batman and Superman first meeting each other, and I just want to show you how badass Batman is. All right, so we're gonna play this. Let me stop it, and then I'll. John, what's up with our audio?
You gotta click.
Oh,
You gotta
Wanna send me that?
yeah. Okay.
Where's the Joker?
Who knows? Making ha-ha with Harley Quinn. I don't know, honest. I never went back after he muscled in. I don't want nothing to do with that clown.
That's enough. I think you got your answer. I heard you were crazy. I didn't think you were stupid. Bruce Wayne. You peaked. I won't have vigilantism in my town. You'll be rid of me. As soon as I find the Joker. That may not be soon enough. It doesn't take much, does it? The Joker has 20 pounds more where this came from. Thought you might like to know.
I just wanted to let you know I'll be in late tomorrow. I'm having breakfast with Bruce.
Isn't that special?
Do I detect a note of disapproval?
You were the one who compared him to garbage.
Well, I was wrong. He's very thoughtful and much deeper than the gossip mongers would lead you to believe. You'd be surprised.
Would I now?
I'll let you go so you can count sheep or whatever you Kansas boys dream about. Bye.
Still rolling? You good? Okay, go down.
Well, the only thing I did like, I mean, I know it's one of those you have to suspend your disbelief, but it's just like this is Batman, right? He couldn't tell that was like he really all he does is put on glasses. Like I figure if anyone could just look at him and be like, bro, you ain't fooling nobody with them glasses.
Well,
it's probably Batman.
I'll say this though. Wait, now I can't remember it. Has he met?
I don't think he met
Clark Kent yet.
Oh no.
Because why would he even know Clark Kent? Why would he?
Well, because I think I can't remember. I have to go back and
have to
watch that entire episode. But I think when he first gets off the plane,
he met him early. That's
he met him and Lois Lane at the same time.
Yeah, he did.
So
yeah, you would think, okay, yeah.
It's either that or he was just so distracted.
The glasses aren't fooling me.
Right, yeah. Like it's either that or he was just so distracted by flirting with Lois Lane that he didn't even pay him any attention. But I mean, come on, man.
But either way.
But like I said, that's part of like the suspend your disbelief part.
But the point, what I liked was that it showed that when it comes to psychological warfare, Batman is a beast. Because he got under Superman's skin right there. He did. Matter of fact, he was getting under Superman's skin from the very beginning when he was flirting with Lois Lane.
Right.
And I think
I
think most people, if you're not like just an insane villain, right? Most regular people will be intimidated by Superman. They're not just gonna literally take his hand, pick him up,
just because of the sheer size. Even though he's probably not that much bigger than Batman.
He's only 200. Superman's only like 200 pounds, right?
Right.
But the point is, most people wouldn't even attempt that. Unless it's just some insane villain, and they use a telegraphing punch. Superman can see it coming. He's thinking,
if I had kryptonite in my pocket, man.
Well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Batman had time to prepare. He knows it's going to come up against Superman, right? Why not have the kryptonite ready just in case?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't think he would have thrown him if he didn't have a kryptonite on him.
He probably
maybe
would
not.
have.
Yeah, but that's part of the psychological game. You see, I think that's part of the psychological game.
I always felt Batman was a highly functioning sociopath.
Yeah.
So I think he probably would have threw him anyway. Just because of who he is.
But we all know Superman isn't a person to kill somebody or to beat him.
Right.
And he knows that he's an ally.
Exactly. He knows.
Well, this is the first man, so he doesn't really know.
But I mean, he knows that at least Batman is not a person who kills anybody.
No, he knows that Superman is someone that doesn't.
He didn't fully trust Batman, but wait, he didn't trust Batman.
Yeah, I obviously didn't trust Batman because Batman's not a really trustworthy person.
All I'm saying is that when you look at the psychological game that was being played there, everyone because remember Superman even says it. Everyone says you're crazy. Everyone.
He said.
Everyone said you're crazy, right?
But I didn't know you was stupid.
You know you were stupid because no one probably ever just tried. I'll throw you. I'll throw you.
Your hands off.
And if you looked at Superman's face, he's like, "Did my just throw me?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Serious, right?
And then I think the kryptonite was hammering the nail in all the way. You know what I'm saying? Because Superman just didn't expect it. And then you got to think, well, Superman has all these super senses. he didn't see where Batman did his little ninja escape. Well, no, he's so preoccupied with the kryptonite.
Yeah.
As part of his psychological game. I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was a brilliant display.
Threw him off his game.
Yeah, he threw him off his game. He threw a super being off his game. I thought that was really cool. Now, if it was an actual fight and it continued, Batman would have won. But for this instance, for him to get the upper hand on him like that, I think shows Batman's ability to deal with much larger threats or that are more powerful than himself.
I mean, we don't have time. We don't have time to go into it. But even how he, I guess, quote unquote, defeated Darkseid and Batman Superman. I mean, it's just ingenious. You know what I'm saying? Like, who goes to his planet, figures out his launch codes, turns it on him.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like
it risks the whole.
And it was just like, I mean. It's either you give me one or we're all gonna die.
Exactly.
Like, it is what it is.
Darkseid had to respect it.
He had no choice.
Darkseid had to respect it.
He had to. He was just like, okay,
he respected it. And I was like, okay.
I gotta give that one to you.
I gotta give it to you. Yeah, I gotta give it to you. Look, Batman's no joke. All right,
yeah, he's no joke.
He's no joke. Yeah. All right. So next, I'm gonna show a couple of videos. I'm not gonna show the whole videos. I just wanted to show some of Riddick's feats. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have as much compared to Batman. Yeah, so let's go to this next one here. This is called The Escape. And the reason why I wanted to show it is because I think it shows Riddick's fortitude, his ability to endure pain, and just the sheer badassery of it. Which I heard Vin Diesel actually did it. This isn't CG.
Oh, like he really dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, like it stunned the whole crew. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?" I heard. Now I read up on it. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I read. So.
I mean, I guess you could.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You got Jackie Chan, man.
Right.
Jackie Chan.
Man.
That was the first one I wanted to show. The next one, I
don't know about that, man. That looked nasty. I'm sorry, that looked nasty.
It looked real.
It looked real, but I mean, God, all the way over. That was
getting your ass.
Hold on, wait, where's the hammer? Who wants to speak? Who's speaking? JayRock, you got the power of Thor.
All I'm gonna say is, I mean, when you were saying like he did it, I mean he probably did do it, but I'm pretty sure they added extra CGI for that because ain't no way he full 360 exorcist his both of his arms and then didn't yell out like he was about to. He was
I don't know, but he's done it so many times. Yeah, used to.
Yeah. Well, one, I think I don't know. I'm just going to go off what I read.
What you heard.
What I read, but I don't know how someone could be making it up.
Right.
Go back to how many takes they had to do that.
Yeah. From what I read,
20.
Breaking this looking,
Oh God.
From what I read, they added the sounds and pops and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But he actually did it. But what I read was that people who've dislocated their arms and stuff before, it's easier for them to do it again. You know what I'm saying? It becomes part of their. Some people, it's just part of the natural. They can do it. Like you can dislocate your fingers and stuff like that. So I don't know. I have to really to see.
You saw that on Die Hard.
Good joke. Oh, I don't. Yeah, but anyway. But yeah. But I want to go to the next video here. Let's see. Now I wanted to play this video because I wanted to show that. You know how they show Batman? He's like the master of night. He goes in and out of the darkness and stuff like that. I thought this video right here showed one, Riddick's ability to plan ahead. If he can see things coming, he can lay traps. He can do things. And also, Riddick is a creature of the night. He has night vision. You know what I'm saying? So, I think even in this movie, this guy John's father, he says that Riddick's going to attack at night. So that advantages Riddick, but it also is a disadvantage because it's predictability. You know what to expect, but it's also it's nighttime is harder to detect him. He can see where you can't see, that type of thing. So let's play it here.
It did sweep the area before I got here, right? Sweep for what?
Well, I just want to make sure there aren't any traps.
Thank you. Understand what I'm saying?
Traps.
What kind of traps?
Kind with jaws.
Don't touch that fucking thing! What? Up armor.
Johnny Tappy.
Bad Boys 2 reference.
Ready.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I really need you to go back and watch this one. Because I think
Riddick
this
was
one
good.
was one of the best ones.
Yes.
Well, I guess it's like
Break out the suit gear and figure out how many of these big ass traps we got out here.
He sounded just like a bad boy.
I know.
Hold on for that.
It's funny too, because anytime I ever see him, he's always Johnny
The TV
Tappy.
has the power of Thor.
I mean, we've already.
The audience, yeah.
They ever, I mean, it's open, is it?
And can the camera
No,
see
no,
over
it's
the
not
TV?
This is bad. This is very bad. Shut the fuck up, puto! He's ready to just scrapped out. Someone get eyes on him.
Shoot my first.
Right here. 13 inches. Supposed to be right fucking.
So this was overkill, huh? Well, there was too many, yeah. You know all about Riddick, right? Well, maybe you need to take that shit back. Take the jinx off our jinx, you understand me? That's what you need to do, Falco. You need to unjinxlate our fucking jinx. Mess with me now.
That was the part I wanted to see. I want everyone to see. Now, you gotta admit that's very Batman. Like, he's just snatching dudes into the darkness. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna play these other ones. This one right here, he just takes out a big necromonger guy. I was gonna show this one
One of
because
the best warriors.
yeah, one of the best warriors. It shows that Riddick's ability with weapons is almost unparalleled. Just by spinning this weapon around, he could figure out how much it weighed. When they took him to the prison on Crematoria, and he was locked up, and it was like this train thing that had to go down into the prison, and he was like tapping his feet, so he was measuring. And by tapping his feet on the little thing that he was locked up on, he could measure how many kilometers he was below the ground.
Kind of like a sonar thing.
Yes. What was the sonar? It's just the ticking.
Yeah.
So I think his deductive abilities, even though he's a criminal, and he he's not like a high class person like Bruce Wayne, is pretty high. Like the guy he's not a dummy.
Oh, he's a survivor now.
Yeah, he's not a dummy at all. Let's see what this last video is on. Okay, so this is the setup. So we just talked about the setup. Again, I'll just go back over it again briefly. Each character has 10 minutes to observe the other in battle, unnoticed before the fight, and their fight starts 10 minutes after. Each character has all their weapons and equipment. Each character is in prime physical condition. The location of the fight is in a dark abandoned warehouse, and no special versions of the character, i.e. no Green Lantern Batman.
What about Green Lantern Riddick?
Okay, so guys, it begins. Who wins between the Batman and the Riddick? And they do call him the Riddick in Chronicles of Riddick, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, so
We
that's-
have
I
to
thought that
ask
was cool.
something. So is Batman?
Wait.
Here's the question.
Carbon X has the power of Thor.
So is Batman's goal, is it to detain Riddick, and is Riddick's goal to kill Batman? Like, what's their goals when they're fighting?
Well, Batman doesn't kill, so.
I know. I said, is he going to detain him? That's why I'm asking that.
That's a good question, and I will start off by saying I think this is why Riddick wins. I think Riddick has killer instinct, whereas Batman does not. Batman refrains from killing. Riddick has no problems killing. So I think if Batman makes him a threat, Riddick's gonna go all out.
Yeah.
Whereas Batman's only going to try to incapacitate him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you can incapacitate someone and still win though. Like if you have like some kind of knockout gas or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Lexi, you want the power of Thor?
We got a special guest.
Special guest.
The best dog in the world. So anybody else want to speak?
Me.
Well, he said first.
JayRock, give it to me like I got the power.
JayRock has the power of Thor.
So I was gonna say, when you said something about Batman not killing, okay, this is 1v1. Batman doesn't expect Riddick to come, just out of the blue. Okay, he doesn't know that Riddick is just a killer straight. Like, he has a killer instinct, but he doesn't know that. But
he would know.
Well,
he would know.
You have 10 minutes to prep.
Yeah, you got 10 minutes.
Regardless if you had 10 minutes to prep, it's not like Batman's gonna be like, oh, this guy's gonna take it easy on me. He's gonna approach it.
Wait, guys, you gotta pass the hammer if you want to speak.
But anyway, I was saying Batman will probably want to like, he's like, okay, this guy really is gonna kill me. I need either I'm gonna kill him or he's gonna kill me. And this is not Joker. This is not Bane. This is not somebody that I usually fight. This is somebody that wants to kill me.
But Joker's far worse. So he's probably gonna, that's not a good comparison.
John,
Joker's worse.
he was following the rules of power of Thor. I have it in my hand.
Yeah, give it to John so he can finish what he was saying. We don't hear what you guys say. Give him the hand.
No, I don't think Batman would kill him. This is just not a part of his character. Like, that is part of his character. He doesn't kill. You know what I'm saying? However ill-sighted it is, but he just doesn't kill. So I don't think he would kill him, but I don't think he would go into the fight thinking like, no, this guy's going to try to kill me. Mm-hmm. Just like how he goes into any fight with pretty much anyone. But just because he won't kill, I don't think that's the reason why he would lose.
Comas count.
Right, like, I mean, I think he would subdue him and trap him or incapacitate him or knock him out or whatever he had to do, and essentially win the fight.
How? Yeah.
How would Batman win?
Yeah.
Because if he had 10 minutes to view him, I think because
that's 10 minutes.
It's not so much because we don't know who he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? Just 10 minutes to fight, because when you're fighting different people, you're going to show off different abilities, right? Mm-hmm. But if we're just playing devil's advocate and he's able to see everything that Riddick can do in 10 minutes, and Riddick can see everything that Batman can do in 10 minutes. If you look at everything, I look at their weaknesses. And what is Riddick's biggest weakness?
Bright light.
His eyes. So Batman would, if he could figure that out in 10 minutes, because it really just depends on who he's fighting. If he's fighting for 10 minutes out in the open, you know what I'm saying? He may not know that Riddick has the eye shines and bright lights. He's going to have the goggles on. So he's just going to have the goggles.
They're in a dark warehouse.
Right. Like a flashbang or what?
Well, what I mean is, as long as Batman can figure out, like, okay, yes, the eye shines and that is his weakness. If he figures that out, then I think he actually beats him easily. Why? Because he's going to distract them, because the lights are going to be too bright. He's going to be able to incapacitate him.
What lights?
You talking about it? Flash batarang. Bim. Flash. I'm waiting that.
Let's go there.
Karate chop here. Karate chop there. Another flash bang there. Oh, an electric one. Incapacitate your leg. I mean, because Riddick, I mean, he has. I think they said the Furyans, they're a little stronger than humans, but they're not like superhuman. You know what I'm saying? So he's. Even though it took more than one dosage, but they still put him down. Like, he was
They knocked him out.
No, they didn't knock him out.
They didn't. Remember, they hit him in the head.
Yeah, they hit him in the head. It didn't knock him out. That just shows you how strong. But what I mean is, it just shows how. But he could be weakened. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Batman has enough stuff where he could
pass the hammer down for Dave.
I ain't finished talking. You mean talking like 5-10 minutes? I ain't finished talking yet. Thor ain't finished. That's not finished. Okay. He's gonna throw around those boomerangs, incapacitate him, and the fight's over.
And then we come into all the poison that Batman has in that. He has to breathe. Riddick has to breathe, okay? As soon as Batman doesn't have to breathe whatever poison he has. So you get poison gas, sleeping gas, cyanide, all that stuff. And he's going to have to sit there and hold his breath. It's a 10-minute fight. I'm going to bet he can't hold his breath over 5 minutes. Story over.
All right. I'm going to lose. Rebut. One. You know, you guys are talking like Batman's utility belt just has an infinite amount of whatever, right? Okay. From what I can tell, Batman doesn't have anything in his utility belt that's going to like fill up the entire room with gas. From what I can tell, right?
What about the room? Like whether the room has some kind of gas?
Well, it's a warehouse.
Yeah, the environment.
It's an abandoned warehouse.
Nothing.
I mean,
like little pipes. And
I put abandoned warehouse for a reason, you know, to make it, you know. So that whatever they use from the environment can advantage one person over the other. Because usually when they do that, it's plot armor for Batman. Oh, this warehouse happened to have a gas. You see,
or it happens to have a roof, and like the whole roof come down.
Well, that's different. but Riddick could do that too. You see what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make though is, you know, you guys are acting like, okay, Batman just has unlimited, like he has an infinity pocket, right? And okay, let's take your.
To be fair, I didn't say gas.
Well, I know, but I'm going to get to your batarangs. To be fair, he said, okay, whatever gas. All right. One, Batman has to be adept enough to get whatever gas close enough to Riddick's face. Two,
batarang.
We know, but you're acting like Riddick's just going to stand there and let it happen, right? We know that Riddick has a high level of resistance to toxicity. We know that for a fact from the movies and from what we read. So he's gonna have to come with some pretty potent stuff to do it, probably to kill somebody. And Batman doesn't kill; he just only tries to incapacitate. So I have a feeling whatever little poisons or whatever gases or whatever is not gonna wait. I am not finished. I have
What's that bad news?
So I have a feeling that, you know, whatever Batman has in his little arsenal as far as like knockout gas is probably not going to affect
sulfuric acid.
I mean, even with that, I mean, that's probably going to kill somebody, right? Sulfuric acid, if he has something like that.
It'll melt you down.
I don't know. I don't think
he might just throw it on his crotch.
I don't think he cares about it.
Yeah, no, but anyway.
That's where he hits you.
Now, when it comes to the batarangs, the flashes or whatever, I mean, you got to remember, okay, one, Batman has a limited supply, so he's gonna have to set something up, right? He's gonna have to set something up very ornate. But then, what I mean is, okay, he ain't just gonna be able to throw one and then somehow, that's gonna incapacitate Riddick. It might stun him for
I'll be honest,
a couple seconds.
He probably only needs one. He only needs. Yeah, to be fair, Batman only needs. He only needs one. He only needs one distraction, because that's how he operates. He's not gonna. I'm not saying like the gas part. Yeah, that's like Dave. I don't know about the gas part because I don't think he really even cares around gas or whatever. But
sometimes he does, but it's nothing.
Yeah, but that's probably. I mean, that's too much.
It's usually someone that's already tied up.
He's too
close.
He's too strong for that.
Yeah.
To me, it's about incapacitating, which you can do with electricity. Batman always carries around batarangs that have electric charges, and he always carries around ones that have like the flashbangs. All right, all you really need is one. So as I said, like 10 minutes now. Ooh, that's another question too. 10 minutes and I get to go get some stuff, or 10 minutes I have to come up with what I already have.
I wrote on there 10 minutes. 10 minutes after they view each other. 10 minutes after that they fight.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's enough time for him to get one or two flashbangs. I don't even think he needs more than one, because all you have to do is distract Riddick once, just once, to get close enough to administer the toxins to slow him down. Because the longer the fight,
what toxin?
Any toxin to slow him down.
What toxin? What?
A horse tranquilizer. I don't know what the actual name of it is. Horse trank or whatever.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's not effective against him.
Yeah, it is.
It took like 5 of those things.
It takes 5 of them to completely knock him out.
It didn't even knock him out.
It didn't knock him out. I'm not. He doesn't have to be knocked out to be incapacitated.
I just want to slow him down.
Yeah, that's it. All you have to do is slow him down. Once he slows him down, because the longer the fight goes, the more favorable it's going to be. Like, okay, he's going to eventually lose. Why? Because he's stronger. He's probably a little bit faster. Because he's a Fury and he's a little bit above the human, right? So Batman's going to know. Okay, I got to incapacitate him quickly. But it's going to take a while. It's going to take a little while for the toxins to work. So I distract you long enough to where I can get some toxins in you. But once you start slowing down, then once you start getting slow or whatever, you swing it kind of slow, bim. I block you, bim, put you down on the ground. All right, now I tie you up. Now you did. Well, once you get tired of that's it. Then the fight's over. Because you're not going to kill him. No. He's like, that's just not it.
Again,
that's not it.
We skipped Orlando.
No.
Did John already cover it? All right.
Okay, yeah.
We might not get it back, y'all.
I've been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
Just waiting like, oh,
Look how he's holding it, guard.
That's right. Just with the garbage there. Now my thing is this now. You know what I'm saying?
Stop flexing.
He got. I'm not flexing. But okay, it's like this. It's like, with Batman, he's going to use his mind on it. You know what I'm saying? He's going to use his brain on it. You know what I'm saying? So during that time, you don't think he'll try to talk in those time to throw him off his game?
Who?
Batman. We talking to Riddick. Basically, just trying to get, okay, well, why are you fighting this other guy? Why is this net? And he'll start telling himself and things. How Batman just be talking like that.
This is a fight, Orlando.
It's a Batman. I'm telling you. I honestly think.
I get what he's saying.
I always think, he would sit there and try to talk to him just to get in his mind or see the
You mean as they're fighting, or hold on, let's sit down and let's talk.
Well, no, sit down. Kind of
He's about as they're fighting.
As they're fighting.
Like saying little. I can see him doing that. Because it's little quick things
because he saw the fight.
I'm sorry. Was that supposed to hit him? You mean getting his mind like that?
Yeah, because he saw the other people. He saw he was fighting the other person and stuff. And he's watching that fight, and there's probably some things that were said and stuff like that. No, and granted, okay. Another thing too, is just Batman meeting him for the first time type of deal? He doesn't know.
Wait, well, seems so.
Yeah,
right.
For the first time.
Only got 10 minutes.
10 minutes to do their fighting. But Riddick don't do no talking when he fights.
He's not gonna do no talking. He's not gonna do no talking and stuff like that. I honestly feel like Batman would talk, to kind of throw him off his game. Just how you were saying.
He ain't gonna throw Riddick off his game.
I don't know, man.
I don't see Riddick being thrown off his game. Not the worst. He's all
enough just to give him a pause, enough just to pause him, and then do a flashbang or something like that, and then bring the roof down.
Right.
The roof is coming down.
The first thing I want to say
is he going to put charges on the roof? Bring that roof
it's
down?
Always going to
So Riddick was telling me one more. He would say, "Shut up to Batman." That's what he would say.
Shut up.
Shut up.
First thing I want to say, and I think what people are discounting is because there's a lot of batophiles in this audience, and I like Batman. I love Batman. I really do. I mean, he's probably one of my favorite superheroes of all time. But I think the thing that people are disregarding is Riddick also gets 10 minutes to observe Batman. Riddick also has amazing deductive ability.
And you know what? I was thinking about that.
I've got the power of Thor. Shut the hell up.
That's all I was looking for. I was like, where's my mini hands?
Shut the hell up. Go ahead. All right. Now, just like everyone is saying, I think Batman will deduce in 10 minutes, given 10 minutes time, that, okay, there's something special about Riddick's eyes. I think he would deduce that, even in 10 minutes. I think Batman is that smart, and I think Riddick's, even if he never saw Riddick take off his goggles, right? Even if he just saw Riddick fighting in the dark, right? Using night vision or something like that, he would notice, okay, this guy is moving way too good in pitch blackness like this, in darkness like this. There's something else about him, right? And he would deduce, okay, there's something about his eyes probably. He either has some kind of sonar ability or there's something about his eyes. Either way, I can use that to my advantage. But on the flip side, if Riddick observes Batman using his deductive ability, so right, look, this guy, he can move, but he can't move like me.
Hey, bro, I got some.
I'll let you go next. He can move, but he can't move like me. There's nothing particularly special about this guy except for his technology. So if I fight him, the first thing I would have to do is
cut off his Wi-Fi.
Separate him and his separate him and his utility belt.
Yeah, I don't
Now, to say that Riddick could not do that would be fucking ridiculous. We've seen him do these types of things over and over again in the movies. As far as taking someone's greatest advantage and taking it away from them, we've seen him do it.
Yeah, there's people who are not Batman.
Well, I don't think Batman is I don't think Batman would be that much greater than, as far as his physical abilities, than someone like one of the top tier necromongers.
Yes,
His physical abilities. His physical abilities. Not his mind. His physical abilities. We've already read it. He's a top Olympic athlete as far as his abilities. So So to say that Batman's deductive reasonings would work, but Riddick's deductive reasonings wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? I think is unfair. I think Riddick would also deduce. Okay, this guy relies a lot on this technology. All I have to do is evade the technology.
Well, that's what I was saying. It depends on who he was fighting now.
What?
Because Batman's not going to use it. Well, that's why I said, like, what can they get? How much knowledge are I going to be able to gain by each person in 10 minutes? Because Batman's not going to use something if he doesn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so how does Riddick know that he has this and he has that? You know what I'm saying? But
maybe I should have been more clear. But the idea was, okay, you get to see someone fight for 10 minutes. He's not just fighting one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but someone can fight for 10 minutes and only use 2 or 3 styles based on the person that they're fighting.
No, I said more than one person. He's fighting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, even still, I personally think Batman's a better fighter. I think hand to hand, I think he's actually a better fighter. I think if they were to engage, I think Batman would be like, okay, I see that. I see you got a little bit of movement, but I don't know. I don't think so. I actually do think so. I think he's actually a better fighter.
I think that Riddick, because it depends on what you mean by better. If you mean by better, like, okay, Batman's smoother with his technique and moves, maybe, but I think that Riddick is better at killing. So I think better at killing. So I think that okay, if it came down to just like a hand-to-hand fight, no weapons, Riddick wins hands down. Now I think the fact that hand-to-hand, I think the fact that Batman has weapons and utility belts is what makes this fight so even. You know what I'm saying? Because Riddick has to get around that. But I think whatever Batman unless Batman has a goddamn gun. That Batarang, even with the bright light, all right, bam, bright light over, I'm back to form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think it's instant.
That's why I say Batman would have to set up a trap.
No, what I mean is like, okay, he's with this flashbang. I don't think his eyesight's going to.
So Rick just gonna stand there and let him get hit? All right, I'm just gonna move out of the way.
What do you mean? If you can't see, and then I hit you with this train. Yeah. I think that he's possible. I hit you with
he's gonna throw it so at you, knowing that he's gonna catch it, and he's gonna catch it, look at it, and then it's gonna go boom right in his eye.
Batman has done that.
Riddick, he's gonna evade it.
Oh, yeah, he's probably going to catch it because to me, someone who catches something, that's someone who's cocky.
Yeah, or whatever. The only time he catches something is when he knows what it is. Like if he throws a knife at you, he misses something, you throw it back. Okay, I'll
but the reason why I say that
he evaded, it still falls on the floor and gives him the bright light, and the bright light does not go off until Batman says it goes off.
Cameraman, how we doing are we still rolling? All right, cool.
Well, and my thing is, I think that's the reason why Batman beats him is because of that weakness. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We just have differing opinions. I think he's better hand to hand. I think he's better hand to hand combat.
Hand to hand, Batman will do that.
No, I think
hand to hand, like just straight bare raw knuckle. He can get his ass whipped, dude.
No, I don't think so because I don't think because I obviously don't think he's that.
All that Taekwondo shit goes out the window fighting Riddick. All that flying kicks and shit.
All the buildings.
You say flying kicks or whatever.
Batman always jumping in the air and doing some flying kicks. He always doing that shit.
Yeah, but see, when I'm thinking of Batman, I'm thinking of like under the Red Hood Batman. Like, I'm sorry, that Batman right there, he wasn't jumping around doing nothing. Like when he was fighting people in there, he was just like, like it was practical. It was a practical version of Batman.
Who do you think?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Captain America.
So I mean,
Captain America without a shield, right? Who do you think will win between Batman and Captain America? And Batman with no weapons at all. Who do you think will win?
That's not fair, man. Captain America, because he's a soldier. He's a super soldier.
Okay. Yeah, now we know. Now I don't think Riddick's on Captain America level.
Yeah, like he didn't.
But as far as stamina, as far as durability.
No, hold on, wait, hold on. I said that though. You know what I'm saying? The longer the fight goes, I did say the longer the fight goes. Yes, eventually he would.
So how can you say Batman without his weapons and a hand-to-hand fight's gonna win against Riddick? Riddick will whoop his ass, Johnny. You don't. You're a battlefowl. You're a battlefowl.
I'm not a battlefowl. I'm just being realistic. From what I've seen, like, I mean, you're right. You haven't seen
In one voice,
I haven't seen
in one voice,
I haven't seen.
that's what will make Batman win. Is the fact that he has
He has the power.
He has the power of
Batman would have to break his goggles too, because he still has goggles he can wear if he does still.
He doesn't need the goggles if they're fighting in the dark.
But if he's watching Batman, he knows he has flash. He's like, yo, he might throw a flashbang at me, so I just keep my goggles on.
But that's what I'm saying. But see, that's what I said. Like, nobody knows what that shit has. But how does he know? But I mean, how does he know that Batman has? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's kind of.
I don't think he has to know everything that's in his utility belt.
I mean, but that's part of that's part of the allure of Batman. You don't know when he's mad. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when he's mad.
That's the point, though. That's the point, though. Wait, everyone. Caleb has. Oh, I'm sorry.
How sharp is his blade? Can his blade just cut through Batman's suit? Or is Batman's suit strong? Because Batman's suit in some iterations can stop bullets, right?
Yeah.
So can his blade ever go through his suit? That's the question I have.
I don't think it matters.
I mean, he's trying to kill Batman.
Well, I know, like in the Arkham games, like I said, it was kind of like it wasn't like a complete Iron Man suit, but he had like plates.
Yeah, that's all
whatever. That was, and there's certain plates, but even what's his name? Even the Red Hood though, like even in the game, he was just like, hey. Don't shoot him here. Shoot him here. This is where the weak. So there are weak points. There's still weak points in the.
There's just one thing Riddick knows how to do. He can find your weak points.
Yeah, he can find your weak points. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like I personally think Batman. And see, and you know, and that's another thing too. Like what suit does Batman have? You know what I'm saying? Like because. I know, like, especially the Arkham Knight, Arkham Knight suit. I'm sorry, he's taking Riddick.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't even. Yeah, but if we're talking about just that normal,
I'm talking about normal Batman suit.
He's got the rubber suit. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
If he's got a suit, he's gonna find a kryptonian. Obviously, and that's not what.
No, that's right. No, that suit ain't even. Yeah. That suit can't do nothing to a kryptonian. None of that. But it's just. Way more
protection. But I'm like, yo, like his knife actually matters. If his knife is strong enough, he can just cut Batman's belt off to pin. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think. I don't think he can do it though. I don't think he can do it. I honestly don't feel like. I don't think he has enough. I don't think he will be able to be like, okay. I don't think he can separate Batman from his gadgets.
There's a lot of factors.
Yeah, there are a lot of factors.
There's a lot of factors into what we're talking about because we're not. It's 10-minute fight and we don't have everything. Like we didn't.
Well, it's not a 10-minute fight. It's just they had 10 minutes to do each other, and then 10 minutes after they had to fight.
Okay, well,
fight goes on however long it goes.
Well then that makes even more sense because Riddick has a knife. Mm-hmm. He has two of them right there in that picture. That he also
usually has more than that.
He always has more than that. And then Batman, you forgot Batman has the little things right here that he uses sometimes. He also has the uses his cape sometimes to distract people. He uses a lot of things. So I mean, it kind of balances each other because they both use everything. Yeah, and then stamina.
Yeah, because I feel like
Batman also has a lot of stamina.
Riddick also has but to go back to the Captain America thing, I still think Batman's a better fighter than Captain America.
John, you are of your damn mind. You think Batman's a better fighter than Captain America?
Yeah, I think hand to hand he's better. He just can't keep up with him because he's
What? No, Captain America with Batman's ass.
He's had way more time to train than Batman. Isn't like Captain America Super Bowl?
Nah, he was like frozen for like
he didn't have that much time to train, but his enhanced abilities, he could pick up a martial arts really quickly. Yeah.
But say he fought him.
I don't know. I think his fight really good. I don't think they're as good. It's like especially his knowledge and how I think he's just stronger than Batman. That's the reason why. Just like how Batman can't beat Spider-Man just because, but Spider-Man doesn't know how to fight better. He's just stronger. He just has physical abilities that Batman wouldn't be able to because he's just a hero.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as the actual fighting, it's kind of like if Bruce Lee fought a 6'4" martial artist. He probably can't beat him just because he's just smaller. But it's like Bruce Lee might be technically more advanced.
It's like when I say LeBron James.
I mean, that don't count if you can't.
Right.
It don't matter if you can't win the fight.
Well, it does matter. It does matter if you're biding time. That's why I said the longer that fight goes, the closer Riddick gets to killing Batman. And I think Batman knows that. And he's like, okay,
I need to take him out.
I gotta take him out early.
Yeah.
What can I do to do that? I gotta slow him down. Boom. Hit you with this trank gun to slow you down. So then, oh, you're a little slower now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're down in human level.
Give me
right in the rib.
Power
and then put you down.
Power Thor. All right, see,
and then tie you up.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think.
Gotta add sign up.
Upside down. Upside down.
Here's what I think would happen. I think what would happen is, and this is granted, they've had Timothy's to, you know what I'm saying, to view each other. Lexi's knocked out.
How? I don't know.
I guess
I know while I was talking.
Yes,
but I think what would happen is that I think Batman would deduce that, okay, this guy could probably take me out hand to hand. My greatest advantage right now is my weaponry, right? Mm-hmm. But also, I think Riddick would also deduce, hey, look, I could probably take this guy hand to hand, but this guy has all these weapons, even if he doesn't use all of them. Using one or two from his belt, the cape thing that he has and stuff like that. Right? This guy's he's equipped, all right. And he would deduce, okay, look, there's only but so many places you can keep the damn thing. It's probably his belt with all these goddamn pockets on it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta somehow get this belt off of him. You know what I'm saying? So I think Batman in the beginning would try to do things. All right, throw the flash thing at him. I think Light. The only time Light has completely incapacitated Riddick is when he's just out in bright sunlight. A quick light, he's just like but he recovers like very quickly. I don't think that would be enough. I'm sorry, I just don't.
When you say quick, like you make it seem like it's going to be like. Have you ever seen like the images or the videos of like a flash grenade? Mm-hmm. It's not like it's like that. No, it's like it's bright. It debilitates the person or whoever it is, and then they're like, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? I honestly think it would be blindness. I do honestly think it would distract him long enough just for Batman.
I have the goddamn power of Thor. I'm trying to finish my point.
But go ahead.
Anyway, I think that I don't think it would be enough. I think that once he does one, you know what I'm saying? Unless he can follow up on it very quickly, and I don't think he could because I think Riddick is too quick. He has great reflexes. I think by the time he's incapacitated for a few milliseconds, he's going to do whatever, evade whatever Batman tries to shoot at him. He's going to be able to evade or duck or hide. I think he would because I don't think Batman's that fast. I don't think he's fast enough.
He doesn't have to be that fast. The projectile has to be that fast.
Yeah, but Batman has to have time after he does the first one, then to do the second one. You see what I'm saying? You're acting like Batman has super speed. He doesn't.
He doesn't need super speed. I don't need super speed to shoot a gun. I just need to aim.
What I'm saying is, first you gotta throw the batarang, right?
It's not that. It may seem like it's going to take a long time.
But
Riddick doesn't have super speed. He can't go real fast like Superman.
I didn't say he had.
He's probably only marginally faster than your peak human.
I didn't say he has super speed. What I'm saying is, you're acting like Riddick's just going to stand there and let these things happen to him.
What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if he stands there.
If you will let me finish what I'm saying, because I got the goddamn power door. You know what I'm saying?
You said what you had to say.
No, I didn't have to say what I had to say. The point I'm trying to make is, I think you guys are giving too much credence to that, and I don't think it's as effective as you guys are saying that it will be.
But that's based on what?
Even if Batman were to shoot him with a toxin, we've shown, man, you need a lot of that stuff just to stop him, to slow him down. Let me finish what I'm saying. I don't think one's going to be enough. I think once you hit him once, hey, you're not going to hit him again. Because one thing Riddick does, he learns from his mistakes. He adapts. So I think after that, once Riddick gets close enough, it's a fucking wrap, man. He's going to get that belt off of him, and Batman's dead.
I don't think he does.
He's dead.
I don't think he does.
He's dead. How's he going to get close enough?
Here.
Yeah, it starts off as a distance fight, right?
We don't know.
Even if it doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
9 out of 10 times they walk into the room through two different doors. They're in the whole warehouse. Okay, they ain't gonna walk in side by side. Okay. So there is some distance.
Who has the advantage?
And if it's not hand to hand,
who has the advantage?
Riddick has nothing to shoot.
Who has the advantage in it?
Batman.
Why does he have
Because he's got projectiles.
No, I'm saying it's a dark warehouse.
Right.
So who has the advantage?
It's not like Batman don't see the dark. It's not like Batman don't see Batman's got night vision.
Okay, so is it complete darkness or just is darkly
It's
lit?
like dark.
Or is
But like a moonlight is in there.
Well, actually, it's a dark warehouse. There's no lights. Maybe there's moonlight. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, Riddick still has the advantage, but to me, it's not enough to deter Batman.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I'm just saying, I think that gives Riddick the advantage.
Oh, it definitely.
If they don't, even with night vision, because I think that even if they start off far apart, and then like let's say Batman has the disadvantage, which I will give him because he has the projectiles, but like Riddick has literally dodged and used shields for like gravity guns.
But
you think his fucking batarang is gonna do anything?
The batarang, see, that's what I'm saying. I think Batman's smart enough. No, he's not gonna try to hit him with the. It's not meant for it to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant to blind him.
Yeah, he can throw it beside
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not gonna blind him. It's just
why wouldn't it?
Because it's gonna incapacitate him for like a few milliseconds, and then
that damn it, the point.
I honestly think it would be longer than a few milliseconds.
Where do you get the idea that the flashbang is only going to incapacitate him for a couple of milliseconds?
From what I've seen from the movies, anytime someone had used his weakness against Riddick, the only time it ever works is when it's just broad daylight and they take his goggles off. If he's in the dark and someone shines a light right in his face, he moves out of the way. He gets out of the light. You see this?
Flashbangs are designed to really blind you. You can blind with a flashlight, but that after flash with a flashbang is way longer than the flashlight.
It's pretty long.
I guess we would have to.
I guess we would have to do more research on
we
that.
have
to take into account Riddick's physiology.
And it's the flash bang, so he can't hear for a while. His ears are gonna. He's incapacitated. Most people, when they hit that, they gotta go down for a bit.
Goddamn, let's look at this.
I think he's strong enough to where it may not affect him that much, but I don't think it's not designed. I think Batman knows it's not going to keep him down very long. It's just long enough. It just puts that window long enough to where he can get them toxins in him, and it slow him down. Because I don't think that's not. The incapacitate. I mean, how he incapacitates him is through the electric shock. You know, I don't think
I don't think electric shocks would do much to Riddick too, unless it's just extremely powerful.
Plus, he just might say, "Hey, Alfred, now I got a dog to run over with the Batmobile remote control with the headlights."
Why wouldn't electricity?
I think what would happen is Batman would call Alfred to try to escape. I'll get my ass beat, come get me. It was like when Bane was whooping his ass.
Didn't Batman fight Dracula?
And guess what? Ain't none of that shit work on Bane. Bane picked his ass and broke his fucking back.
Riddick is stronger. But I don't.
Riddick is stronger.
Riddick is not the same street level as
He ain't stronger than Bane, but he's stronger to beat up Batman's ass.
I don't even think he's strong enough to.
Because I'm like, if he
which one do you think I connect to?
Well, in the movie or the little cartoon Dracula vs. Batman, he uses at the end of the thing, he sets up on lights.
Space coffee.
No, after like it's 10 minutes, right? There's 10 minutes. He's getting ready to go walk to the warehouse to go find like Alfred, walking the warehouse. Alfred, prep my shit. Send the supplies. And shit is fine.
Well, I'm assuming he can't do any of that though.
Yeah.
If he can do all of that, then he's definitely gonna win.
But if Batman
he's definitely gonna win. He's gonna have the back shit like right there. It's gonna drop some more supplies down. I mean,
the reality is Batman.
Leave and loop so the way out. Part of the line. And Batman also has a flamethrower that he carries around, and I don't think Riddick's gonna run through fire either.
They ain't gonna do nothing no Like you keep John's right. Most of Batman's things in his utility belts, it's not designed to like maim or
He's also got stuff in here. It's in his cape. It's in his helmet.
He ain't got nothing in his cape. Shut the hell up.
Yes, he does.
He can use his cape to like glide and stuff like that.
He just uses it to glide and then he uses it to disappear and all that.
Since I can't connect, I'm not gonna worry about it.
That's all he does.
So what's the next part of the debate?
That's really.
We already won.
I don't think. I think what happens in these types of things when people favorite. I actually like Batman a lot, but I don't think Batman's.
Just because he don't got the kill instant killing.
I don't think Batman's. Well, but to be fair, I think a valid counter to the killer instinct thing is you don't have to kill someone to win. Like you said, you can knock them out. You can incapacitate.
But wouldn't you be holding back though?
Huh?
Would you be holding back to a certain degree if you aren't trying to fight to kill someone?
I mean, he would be, but I think that what makes this an even fight is what John said before, is that Batman does have technology. You see what I'm saying? He has more technology, he has more equipment and gear than Riddick does. I don't think that's enough.
Well, Jalen is requesting the hammer.
I got another thing.
Oh, okay.
Batman does not fight to stay there. Batman fights to escape. Batman doesn't never every fight. Well, most fights that I've seen him, he fights and then he tries to escape. He tries to get out of there. He does, especially if he's about to lose. Yeah, if he's about to lose. So in this situation, if Riddick is getting in, like, you know, he uses his swords or whatever, he's got Batman in a situation, he's probably gonna use something. I don't know what. He's probably gonna use something to try to escape.
Grapple hook.
Yeah, grapple hook, something like that.
Grapple hook.
That's fair. That's fair. But if he runs, he loses. But I'll say this: I think even if I were to grant everything to you guys, and okay, Batman throws his batarang, Riddick just stands there and lets it completely.
He's not gonna just stay. Even if he moves, it doesn't matter.
Let me finish what I'm saying. I got the goddamn power authority. Even Riddick just stands there and lets it incapacitate him. Even if Batman was fast enough to get a trank off. One, we know it's going to take way more than one trank to stop Riddick. Even if it slows him. Wait, let me finish what I'm saying. Even if it slows Riddick down to the point where Batman can get close. As soon as Batman gets close, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, but
it's over. I mean, even in close in the sense, like, say if Riddick's playing possum, right? And I gotta go down and tie him up now. He's gonna stab in his fucking neck. Because Riddick's a killer. He's gonna stab him in his neck.
What are you talking about?
He's gonna use every dirty trick in the book.
What are you talking about? He doesn't need. He doesn't have to get right. You know, he lifts your hands.
What do you do? If you want to tie somebody up, unless you.
No, he uses the thing.
Yeah,
it wraps all the way around his body.
That's true.
Or the leg and the fall.
But then, like, yeah, I'm gonna get closer.
But then Riddick has all his different shits. He cut that shit off.
He gonna cut it off.
Yes, he will. You goddamn know he cut that shit off.
First of all, you got toxins. You got toxins going.
You got one fucking train and you get the hell out of here. And they ain't gonna do nothing with it. What do you mean? We just saw. It took 4. No, how much?
It took 400.
It was like 5. It was like 5 horse tranquilizers to slow. And a rock that knocked him in his head.
So billionaire Batman can't get tranks.
No, I'm not saying he can't get it. What I'm saying is he's probably gonna go out because remember it's normal Batman. He don't got like he doesn't have a whole bunch of prep time.
Yeah. You say 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, so he might have a trank or two.
That's all he really needs. He doesn't need 4. He doesn't need 4. He may only need 1. It's a horse trank.
No, he ain't gonna. It's a 5 goddamn horse trank to slow him down, John.
That's fine. That's all he needs.
You just say he only needs 1.
Yeah, he only needs 1. No. One of them was slowing him down. No. It took 4 of them to drop him.
No, 1 did not slow him down.
It did slow him down.
One,
he was just like,
yeah, he was like, oh, okay. Then he just kept running. He just kept running. It was like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, but he was still, so he was still slowing down though.
After like 4 or 5, and then he still got to get hit.
4 put him on the ground.
No, put him on the ground when someone knocked the shit out of him.
No, that's not what happened, right? That's not what happened. That's not what happened. When he got shot before, he fell down and he was just like, I can't look at it. And then the guy went over there and they gun booted him. But that's not what happened though.
I've got a good idea.
What's that?
But if you had a train, come on, man.
Viewers, tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think in the comments.
Leave your comments down.
And tell us how wrong it is.
Because he is always heated in every discussion.
Hey, Jaylen! That's something to say. Look at him. Say anything to keep Brian from getting.
He is heated in every discussion we have. He never let anybody talk. He's like, let me finish. We're like, we can't talk. Like, we can't never talk.
John has done most of the goddamn talking. Shut the hell up, JayRock.
That's why. That's why.
Look at Lexi, how she's looking at Lexi.
Look at you guys being monitoring the dog.
Viewers, this is an everyday thing for them too right now. I would say that right.
Don't even mention Iron Man and Captain America.
Oh my
Captain America.
That was a 3-year fight.
That was a 3-year fight. And that movie came out years ago.
I almost boycotted watching that because I'm like, man, you know, y'all about to do my boy Iron Man wrong. I can't
starting again. It's starting.
I eventually watched it.
What happened is what would have happened.
But this is Batman versus Riddick.
We ain't on.
Stay
on. This is DC versus another universe. This isn't.
We can rehash it out. If the fans would like, if y'all want to see them go at
the movie's already out, okay? They've already done the world a disservice, so.
I'm saying, we already discussed all that.
But please, Arsenal beats.
Oh, yeah, what are your closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts, yeah.
I really feel like it'll be an interesting battle. You know, they both, masters of the dark.
Stop that bullshit. Get on the truth and say Batman will win, man. Come on, man. Stop playing with Brian.
I honestly feel like, man, I'm down. I don't know. I feel like Riddick, man. I feel like Riddick because
LaBoss.
he's got the killer instinct, man. And then that one pause. I mean, Batman, hesitates to hold back. I mean, Riddick's gonna go for the kill. I mean, it's just as simple as that.
You're literally talking about two people fighting in a warehouse. If Batman wanted to, he could get on the rafters at the top of the warehouse and say, "Look, you can't even get up here."
Yeah, I didn't.
I kept saying about that's fine. It's superior position.
Jumping
he can
around,
right up on the rafters and shoot at it all day long.
But that's the thing. Okay, so
you have daggers. He can throw them too.
You know, wait. You get up in the rafters, right? You're in a dark warehouse, right? And now, granted, let's say he has night vision. Mm-hmm. Okay, Riddick's just hiding into something. He's just hiding into something. That's running. He knows, look, if you want to incapacitate Riddick, you got to get close enough to him.
No, you don't. Yes, you do. No, you don't.
So you
got when you have projectile weapons.
How long does it take for Batman to shoot something? And then it pulls him up into the thing. You really think Riddick's just gonna stand there and be like
5 seconds? Cause you get
to stand there like, okay, well he's obviously getting the high ground. My name ain't goddamn Darth Vader. I'm gonna.
I'm gonna hide it.
He doesn't have to run from someone
I've seen a little smoke thing.
Yeah. All Batman really got to do is go over to the wall and turn on the light.
It's an abandoned warehouse.
Okay, you didn't say they didn't pay the electric bill.
It's a abandoned warehouse. You finish with your
another thing too.
Yeah, go ahead and keep moving.
Riddick is a man of his word. If you seen the movie when he told him that he was gonna kill him in 5 seconds, he killed him in 5 seconds. I mean, here go and everything.
He took out the Lord Marshal, and that's.
He didn't take him out by himself, okay? He didn't take him out by himself. A whole bunch of stuff had to happen in order for him to do it.
No one else in that position could have done what Riddick done.
Well, Riddick's about to die. He was about to die.
He might have. What I'm saying is, even the Arion lady, she was like, what are the odds of that? Because it's like, okay, there's no one else really who would have been able to pull that off other than Riddick. Granted, he had help. I'm not saying he did. What I'm saying is, sometimes be in the right place at the right time, and Riddick's one of them motherfuckers.
No, the right place at the right time? Who's like the epitome of that since like 1920? That's Batman. Really?
Mm-hmm.
He's just a carbon copy of Batman. No, but
carbon copy whoop his ass.
Nah, I think Batman beats him. I think he actually is the better. I actually think he's the better hand-to-hand fighter than Riddick. I'm sorry. I just think I think he's a better fighter than Riddick.
He got some Taekwondo. Get the fuck out of here.
That's right. He used that Taekwondo on him.
He get his ass whipped.
He knows every martial art bank knows plus another 10 from what
the other 10 are bullshit.
How'd you say that?
They're bullshit.
Crack McGuire?
Yeah, but you use stuff from it. You use stuff from it. Regardless, you know what I'm saying?
The practical stuff from it, and the practical stuff from it is stuff that you learn in the more practical martial arts.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't care. The point is, I just think he's better. I think he's better hand-to-hand. Or when it comes to hand-to-hand, I think he's better. Is he a better killer? No, because he doesn't kill. You know what I'm saying? But as far as being able to evade, being able to something, yeah, Batman can do all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything. Well, I didn't see anything from the movies that Riddick was doing hand to hand that Batman wouldn't be able to yes, I'm gonna dodge that. Especially once he slows him down with the toxins. You gotta get him with the toxins first, though. If you get him with the toxins, you can take him out. But Batman eventually he incapacitates him, he ties him up, and then the fight is over.
I'm gonna give it to
next.
That's what you say, Brian. You can't go again, man.
Carbonate.
Right?
Well, I'm gonna give my last word.
You already had the last word, Brian. Let me get the last word as the podcast started.
You already had the last word.
No, I didn't.
What you got?
But yeah, basically, Batman can only win if it's like early in the fight and he still has a stamina. Because I feel like if the battle lasts too long, Riddick's stamina will probably outlast him. And up close, I feel like Riddick probably has the advantage. And especially depending how sharp his knife is, he might be able to cut the belt. It just depends. That's one thing we never established. How sharp is the knife and how good is Batman's arm?
The knife cut off motherfucking head, so.
Yeah, it's pretty sharp.
If they can just cut off his belt, Batman's just kind of screwed off the back. Because that's what Batman's advantage is that tool set. That's the way Batman would win whatever tools he has.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's the tools that's going to allow Batman to win. But once he runs out of tools, that's game over. If Riddick happens to dodge him, so it's basically the long term Riddick will win, but short term Batman will win. If it's a short term battle, Batman's gonna win, but if it's long term, Riddick would win. That's the way I see it. So
it's one of the smarter things I heard.
I'm gonna say is I don't really know because I have to rewatch Pitch Black. But I would say from what they were saying and from Batman Riddick, like Caleb was saying, or what's his name?
Carbon
X. Well, what Carbon X was saying, I'm pretty sure Riddick will win long term because at the end of the day, Riddick's gonna kill Batman. Or he's gonna try to kill him, and it's most likely gonna happen because Riddick's Mr. Lang. I call him Mr. Lang. Arsenal. Riddick's on his word. So if he's gonna kill Batman, he's gonna kill Batman. It's no discussion. That's what Riddick does. He's a killer. He does. That's what he does. That's what he does. And then for Batman doesn't kill. So I don't know. I would probably say Riddick long term, like he said, or Batman short term. Just depends on what they have, how much they get from 10 minutes. So.
Thank you for I'm just joking. Of course, everyone knows I'm gonna always be for Batman. If you put the bat suit on Riddick, maybe he might have a chance. But Batman, and you have to look. Batman's fought so many different types of enemies that in his repertoire he's seen almost.
He's probably falling because I want to kill him.
Yeah. So Batman's gonna stomp him to death, man. Now Brian's gonna come and try to say something different. And I want y'all not to listen to him. If you have good sense, now I'm just joking. I think Batman will take it, but I'm really interested in what the subscribers are gonna put in the comments. I'm almost scared to give it to him.
Power forward, please.
That's not the power, that's the power of Hellboy. That's what that is.
I'll say that, I think that a lot of times when someone has a favorite, they never like look at what their favorite's weaknesses are. And to be fair, I think Batman as a regular human, his weaknesses are averaged out, right? His weaknesses is that he's human. But that's also his strength, because he's the best of the humans. He's at peak strength, peak agility, peak intelligence. You know what I'm saying? He's probably as strong, as fast, as agile, and as smart as a human can get before you start getting into being enhanced or superhuman. But because he's human, that is his weakness. Now, I think they haven't really parsed this out in the lore yet, but I want to say that Furians, which is the race that Riddick is, but I think he's just an evolved human. I think he's just a little bit above a regular human. I think he comes from human stock, but because they've already lived on that planet for so long or whatever, so they have certain abilities that are just a little bit above the humans. But I think that's what gives Riddick the edge. I think that I don't think Batman's arsenal is enough. And I say that because Riddick has gone up against much stronger foes with much larger arsenals and has come out on top. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how far away Batman is. I don't care if he uses his bat rope or whatever to get up on the thing or whatever. At some point, he's going to have to face Riddick in close range. You know what I'm saying? Any other person, I don't think it would matter. You know what I'm saying? But Riddick, you're gonna have to get up in there if you want to defeat him. You know, unless he's just got his bat plane. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. He just has some crazy advantage, plot armor advantage, or whatever. But I think I would say 7 out of 10 times I give it to Riddick. I think Riddick comes out on top more often in this scenario. I think he comes out on top more often. I just don't think Batman. The thing that equalizes the most is Batman's technology. I don't think that puts Batman over the edge. I haven't seen anything in his tool set that I think that would greatly slow down Riddick enough or harm him enough to where it would one, stop Riddick's indomitable will, which is on par, if not greater than Batman's. It won't. I don't even think it will slow him. Even if it slowed him down, it'll make him a match with Batman. I don't think it would make him lower than Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Match for Batman.
Yeah.
Means you're not a match for Batman.
Oh no, I think so because I think Riddick's a match with Batman in almost every other category, other than technology. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I think he is a match for Batman. Even if the toxin that you say he's magically going to be able to try and magically going to get into Riddick, Riddick's just going to stand there and let it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Does anyone stand and let Batman do anything to him? Does anyone just stand there and let Batman do that stuff to him? No, it's Batman.
Yeah, but most of
a lot of what makes Batman.
I got the goddamn hammer. But most of the people Batman fights are street thugs. It's rare that he's gonna fight a superhuman. No, it's true. Most of the Batman fights are street thugs. Every now and then one of the street thugs punches the shit out of them. They get the best of them. But to be fair, every now and then someone gets the best of Riddick in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like when John's
son
almost dislocated his arm, but guess what? Guess what Riddick did? He put that shit right back and got right back to work.
And guess what? Johnny ain't nothing compared to Batman.
Yeah, what I'm saying though is anything you think Batman can do to Riddick as far as like bodily harm, like just pure fisticuffs, that shit ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna show you Riddick can work at that.
It's just long enough. It's just long enough for
fisticuffs. Nah, technology is different. Like I said, if he shoots
something
like that.
Like I said, I think hand in hand, he'll probably slap him up for a little while until he got tired.
That's bullshit. I think hand in hand, man. If Batman didn't have his weapon,
because I don't know. I didn't see anything in there where he was that much faster than a regular human.
No, he's faster than a regular human. He even does even in the Chronicles of Riddick, he does Bruce Lee's hand wave thing.
Yeah.
And when Bruce Leroy does it, that means he's faster, John. That means he's faster.
Well, no, he's faster, but he ain't that much faster.
I wouldn't say he's like the Flash. I don't even say he's probably as fast as Captain America, but he's faster than Batman.
And even that, and that's why I said, like, if he was like, yeah, you would have to be much higher than a human, because we see him fighting all the time. You see fighters that are faster and they still get beat. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. But he's not so much faster and so much stronger to where if they were fighting hand to hand, where he could be like, okay, I'm just faster and I can see your punch. No, he's not that much faster.
He's not just faster though. He's faster. He's stronger. He has more stamina. You see what I'm saying? So I agree. Like if it was just speed, maybe Batman could beat him. But he has all the other three covered.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I still think he would get slapped up for a little while until Batman got tired.
I don't think so, because you haven't given any real reason as to why Batman is a better fighter than Riddick. I mean, you haven't.
What do you mean?
Only thing you can say is that he knows more martial arts, but again, most of the martial arts that he knows are bullshit.
Oh, come on, man.
They are.
What do you always say? You have to suspend your disbelief. Okay, look, he's master of all martial arts. Okay,
but that's like saying, okay, if I'm a master,
and probably after 10 minutes, he'd be like, oh, okay, what is Riddick doing? Oh, he favors his left side. Oh, okay. Oh, he favors his right side.
You think Riddick would be doing the same thing?
He probably wouldn't. I don't know.
So, no, Riddick can deduce things too. That's the point.
As far as fighting,
yes, we haven't seen enough.
Yes, we have. Where he can deduce people fighting.
We've seen it. We've seen that shit, John. Come on, man. You know that.
On what?
I mean, just any fight that he's been in, even when he fought the big necromonger dude, he saw it. He saw this guy's bigger than me. He's taller than me.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But to me, that was. I mean, yeah, that might be one of the greatest. They were saying, oh, well, this is probably one of the greatest sports. But come on, man. The guy was big. He was lumbering.
No, he was pretty quick. He was swinging that thing pretty quick and really kind of actually moved really quickly to move out of the way of those damn things.
He was big. He was lumbering.
I wouldn't say he was lumbering. And then you got
watch it. We can split the beat where you got that one video.
Okay, well,
Are we still recording?
yeah, I'm trying to wrap it up. I don't want to play any more games. All I'm saying is that I think you're wrong. I don't think every time someone says Batman, he's a better fighter because he knows all these martial arts. Well, when most of your martial arts, like Aikido, like okay, I can say I'm a master at Aikido and then go out there and fight someone who knows karate and get my ass whipped. You see what I'm saying?
He knows all.
I know he knows all, but let's get all the best martial arts.
Not all of them are useless.
That Batman knows. When we read on Riddick, he knew those too. You see what I'm saying? So I think he knew just as much, and I think he knew enough.
He had 3 or 4.
No, that's not true.
He had 15.
No, that's not true. He had like 15, 11, but most of them were bullshit. That's what I'm saying.
And some of those martial arts were for weapons.
That's what I'm saying. All the ones
that he's superior with the blade.
Batman, if
he ain't got a blade. Batman got a sword.
He's got his things.
No, Batman, he has his knives.
superior to Batman.
Yeah, but he's better at using sharp weapons. He's a fencer.
How you know that?
Because he knows fencing.
Wait, so things on your arms makes you get fencing? That's fucking bullshit.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Fencing is for the sword.
I just think that.
All right, I'm pushing. So what?
I'm Brian. Say Riddick is using one martial arts, right? Batman knows all martial arts, and Batman's not stupid. So if he knows Riddick's using this martial art, he will use another martial art.
Okay,
I don't do some more research on that. The whole him no martial arts.
Let's say
when I look at it, it don't look like he's waiting.
Let's say you're logic though, right? Okay, you say that Batman knows all his martial arts and he's smart. Well, he's also smart enough to know, okay, most of these martial arts are bullshit. I'm not gonna use it. Like even though you always jumping in the air with a kid,
If he thought those martial arts were bullshit, why would he spend so much time
It's
training
fun
them?
watching Batman jump through the air and kick somebody in the face.
and that's why the Terminator whooped his ass. He took his leg.
Well, that's why John captured Riddick.
No, John.
Captured Riddick.
No,
and had him looking like a fool.
If you would have done your homework, John. If you would have done your homework. Like you should have. Like you should have. You would have known. Let me finish saying. Yes, you would. Let me finish saying. You would have known that the way Riddick got caught isn't because John bested him one.
He got caught twice.
Let me finish what I'm saying, John. It wasn't because John's bested him in a one-on-one fight. John lured him in with a kid, and we all know one of Riddick's soft spots are kids.
Right.
He wants to protect kids. He doesn't have any killer instincts when it comes towards kids. He sees them as innocent.
God, that's even worse.
That's how we
hit you with the boomerang.
The boomerang, one with the speaker boomerang. And it don't take that. You go, huh? Bam.
I was going to say, the boomerang with the kid. But John caught him twice actually though. You're talking. I didn't know how he caught him the first time.
Yeah.
But he caught him again because remember he escaped. After he did the little thingamajig or whatever.
You know why?
He escaped
because it was bright daylight.
He got the right.
Yeah.
So
it was
what I mean is you can use the sit down. What I mean is he can use his weaknesses to subdue him. If John could do it, Batman damn sure can do it.
But John did it in a bright fucking. He did it on a planet that had 3 goddamn suns.
It don't matter.
It does matter. Also, so Batman's gonna go into his utility belt and he's gonna throw 3 motherfucking suns. Get the fuck out of here, John. All right, stop. And we're gonna get on that.